Hi guys. Hi guys. Well, I'm a little bit rushed. Tina's told me it's going to be quiet so I can read this thing out. Well, good luck with that. But hi Nancy. Hi Lorna. I've had no time to tell anyone I'm going live because I'm off out today. Here he comes. All right, mate.
Yasmin.
Oh, Yasmin's got one as well.
He doesn't know where the top is.
Oh, she lost the top. Oh, we'll find it. Hi Lorna. I was just listening about Sheila. She said Joe sat and told her how to act. Yeah, Nancy, we've read your comments. Right. I have to read this. I have to, because if I don't read it now, we're never going to read it. I've only got 20 minutes. I've got two things I want to do. I want to discuss this announcement of Priscilla's book deal has been confirmed. Amy sent it me. Jane sent it me. A few of you have sent it me. Amy Collett is gutted that it's our researcher is gutted that it's happening. Now is the time to defend. Yeah, when this book comes out, it's going to do some damage, guys. It's going to be no different than this because it's going to trash Elvis. It's going to make Elvis look bad, make Lisa look bad. Now it will say lots of lovely things as well, but it will also completely trick and misguide the public into believing negative truths about Elvis and Lisa. Yeah, careful, you can't touch it. Thank you, mate. You're good. You're good. He knows if it's blue, it's live. So he's very alive. He's very loud this morning, but I love him. He's so cute. So cute. Right. As I was saying, guys, Nancy, thanks for all your lovely comments. I've read them all. Andrew Morenin has also sent me a long email, which I've read. Thank you, Andrew, for taking the time to do that email. It's a very long email, but I've read all of it. This morning, I've been busy reading everyone's stuff. So, right, let's look at this, guys. So it's been announced. Priscilla Presley announces a new memoir, Softly as I Leave You, Life After Elvis. See the cut. So here's the picture. Softly as I Leave You, Life After Elvis, Priscilla Bueller. So it is happening. This isn't a maybe. We now know it is happening. Okay. So we have to get ready to defend. It's time to defend. Yeah. We have to step up. We are going to be mainly doing on this channel on defending Elvis. We are going to be mainly talking about Priscilla. We have to. Yeah. We have to. We don't have a choice. So let me let the dogs out. We're going to do other stuff as well. But at the moment, guys, since the Nashville Awards, since the hugging of the statue, since the announcement that this book may happen, and many other things, all the social media, YouTube stuff, the Facebook stuff that is lying about Elvis, that is completely giving us false information about the truth between Priscilla and Elvis. Yeah, we have to counteract it. All we can do is defend the fake information that is coming out about Elvis and Lisa by doing live streams every day, disagreeing with all of this stuff that's happening at the moment. Yeah. So let me just get your comments up. I mean, Amy's obviously been messaging me, but I take this very seriously that this is happening. Yeah, this could do some serious damage. This second book, the second Elvis and Me. She can call it after the song if she wants, but this can do some serious damage. Let me just see if I can get your right. Okay, so I haven't. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize that why's that gone on there for? All right, don't worry, I'll turn it off. Is it gone off? Right, give me 1 second. I just got to change something on Tina's TV. Where's the remote? Okay, there we go. Right, there we go. You're sorted, mate. It's on there. So, I apologise. I've had no time to let anyone know that I'm going live because I'm going out today for about 4 hours. So I've got to do this now or never. So Priscilla Presley is unveiling a new chapter in her life in her forthcoming memoir, Softly As I Leave You, Life After Elvis. Priscilla, 79, who was married to music icon Elvis Presley, from 1967 to 1973. So let's look at that, yeah? Priscilla Presley, who was married to music icon Elvis Presley from 67 to 73. Now remember, guys, for anyone watching this now, right, turn it down, please. So remember, for anyone watching this now, yeah, they married May the 1st, 1967, the official divorce in 73. Yes. So remember, she was having an affair, and it's admitted and confirmed, with Mike Stone at the end of 1970 through 71. So when she says, oh, we were married, okay, it was officially a divorce, an official divorce in 73, but they were over by the end of 1970. Yeah. There's another detail that we have to add. She's admitted, and it's been confirmed. I will always say this is for entertainment purposes only. This is opinions. I have to say that. But remember, we know around March, April, when Lisa Marie was only a few months old, Priscilla was unfaithful. Yeah. So that was 1968. That means less than a year after they got married, Priscilla was unfaithful when Lisa was just a baby, and that is confirmed. So when this says between 67 and 73, they were married, there's a lot more to it. Yeah. The period between 68 and 1970 was probably only 18 months to 2 years long. It was a fake marriage. It was a pretend marriage. Yeah. It wasn't this lovely romance, this beautiful romance. Things didn't go well. They got married, obviously engaged, married, pregnant, Lisa's born, unfaithfulness within months, and then 18 months later, unfaithfulness again with the karate champion, Mike Stone. So the wording of this is all very lovely. Who married to music icon Elvis Presley from 1967 to 1973. Sounds great, doesn't it? No, it was a mess. It was a joke. There was some serious betrayal happening from Priscilla. Yeah. Now, many of you may not agree with me, but I believe once Elvis got engaged in December 1966, until he found out that Priscilla was unfaithful around March, April in 1968, I believe Elvis tried to be a loyal, faithful husband and a good dad. Yeah. Then it all went wrong once it's found out she's unfaithful with Steve Peck. Now, some people say that Elvis didn't find out she was unfaithful until 1970. So there's a few different stories here. Some people say he knew about Steve Peck. Recently, we found out other things, haven't we? Recently, through our discussions, we found out maybe there were other people that Priscilla had had an affair with. I'm not going to bring that up now. We don't have time. The dog trying to get in. Where is she? Come on in. You come. In. Come on. Come on. Just get the dog in a minute. Right, go on up. You go. Up. Come on. Come on, up you go. Up you go. Up. Right. Ooh. Right, I'll be honest here. Right, so we're going to break down this this write-up, this press release from the people concerning this. Wow, the book's coming out. Yeah? We're going to break it down and we're going to disagree with it, guys. Let me just check your comments. So, where are we? Let's have a look. It's going to be Nancy says it's going to be a bad book. She's going to trash Elvis somehow. Well, she's going to reinvent history. She's going to rewrite history. So I'm sure it will be a nice story. She'll try and make it sound romantic. But if you read between the lines, it's going to be unfair to Elvis and to Lisa Marie. I guarantee it. guarantee it. It's going to be about her life on Dallas. It's going to be about Elvis and was trying to destroy her. Well, I'll read it out to you, Nancy, and you do get a feel from that write-up what is going to be in this book. You do. So I'm sure what you just said, yes, and more. I think we can safely say all that's going to be in the book. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Don't forget, Priscilla's very clever. She'll tell some lovely stories. Yeah, I'm sure it'll sound, in some parts it'll sound lovely, but then she's got a very sly way of digging, get it, sticking the knife in and twisting it. So she'll be clever. It won't all be bad. Even this book, she's very clever in how she tells the story. Yeah, she tries to say it as a beautiful romance, but then if you read between the lines, this book is damaging, very damaging. Yeah, so you get it. She will be clever with it. She showed her real character right after the marriage. I believe that as well. I believe that. Ruth, shut the door behind you when you got it. Yeah. So I know I was just reading. She was really attracted to Sonny. I'm not saying it was attracted to her because he loved her, but he loved his wife. She was really attracted to her. Yeah, a lot of wrongdoing. Pamela, you don't dumping a child on church steps and tell them to look after. She could control. It would be a lot. Right. So let's keep going. The new memoir, which is co-written by Mary Jane Ross. I don't know who that is. I have no idea. We'll have to look her up. Yeah. Is centered on a deeply personal story of what she lost and what she found as she discovered who she was apart from her first love. This included a touching and tender dynamic with her ex following their divorce, according to the synopsis. Or at least they call him her ex, because so many people try and act as if they were still together, married when he died, which they were not. This book covers 8 decades of my life, Priscilla said in a statement shared exclusively with people writing. It has been a learning experience on many levels. So that tells us they've already written a lot of it. Yeah, doesn't it? If it's out in September 23rd, the book may have already been written. I have reflected deeply. I would say it has been written, actually, because why would she say that? Writing it has been a learning experience on many levels. It's written. Do we agree? Put it in the comments, guys. I have reflected deeply both on myself and on those I love. I have always loved and admired Elvis. Do you know what? I could talk all day about that. If you go back to those early interviews in the 80s and the things that were said, in my opinion, the lies that were said, the way that the public were controlled and manipulated by Priscilla's narrative, that ain't love, and that is not admiration. If you make someone out to be a groomer, a controller, if you make yourself out to be a prisoner at Graceland, if you make yourself out to be like you didn't have a life, like you'd lost yourself, like you were unhappy, if you give the impression that he was the unfaithful one, that he did everything wrong, and you were a victim, that isn't loved and admired. Priscilla, you did not love and admire that man. To treat him the way you have in that book and in those early interviews in the 80s, that isn't love and admiration. Yeah. So I ain't falling for it. Now, a lot of the public will fall for it. This is the problem. Right, let's keep going. Remember, this is brainwashing, guys, on a big level. I keep saying this. This book is a scam. It is a 40-year scam that the public fell for. No one disagrees with it. No, when I say no one, I don't mean the Elvis fans. The public don't disagree with this book. They believe it. Now, the Elvis fans, we know better. We know this is a book of lies. Yeah, we know. But the general public around the world, they believe every word of this book. Even the film Priscilla, Sofia Coppola's film, it follows the storyline of the book Elvis and Me, even though it's all bullshit. All bullshit. The book, and Elvis, remember, I keep saying this, Elvis cannot defend himself. He can't jump up and go, that ain't true. We defend as fans, but there's not enough of us. I keep saying this, there's not enough of us defending Elvis. Obviously, the Elvis fans, we do our best to defend Elvis. But, guys, we need millions of people to see the truth. Millions. And we're all worried about this book because it's not going to say the truth. It's going to say Priscilla's new updated version of her lies. It'll be another book of lies from Priscilla's point of view, and everyone will believe it. All the interviewers around the world will go along with it. No one ever disagrees with Priscilla. Priscilla never admits wrongdoing. She never admits wrongdoing. Luckily, we know about Mike Stone, the karate champion. We know about Steve Peck, the dance instructor. So she can't change that. And those things happen before they divorced. So that's something we've got. In the same way as we know that she contested Lisa Marie's wishes, that her inheritance would all go to her children. That happened. She can't change that. The second divorce settlement. That happened. We know the details of that. She can't undo things that have happened. So thankfully, we can jump into that and break it down and defend Elvis and defend Lisa. The book covers 8 decades in my life. Priscilla said in a statement shared exclusively with people, writing has been a learning experience on many levels. I have reflected deeply on both on myself and those that I love. I have always loved and admired Elvis, but for more than 4 decades of living without him have taught me how rare and extraordinary he was as a human being. She should have known anyway. So she's basically just said for the last 40 years, bearing in mind this was written 40 years ago, for the last 40 years of living without him, she's realized how rare and extraordinary he was as a human being. Why? That doesn't make sense. Has taught me. She should have known anyway. Priscilla divorced Elvis. It was official in 73. We know the betrayal, the unfaithfulness, the money grabbing. Yeah. She ripped off Elvis, guys, in my opinion, for entertainment purpose. So now she's saying, by not living with Elvis for 40 years, she now realizes how rare and extraordinary he was as a human being. What is that? What is that? Hi, guys. So this is the fake fairy tale. This picture is what the world has fallen for. Now, don't turn it louder, please. This picture, this is the brainwashing, this iconic picture of Priscilla and Elvis really happy together. Everything was perfect. We know it wasn't. We know it wasn't. Priscilla relies on this image to con the world, to make the world think everything was fine except for Elvis being unfaithful and controlling. Get it? Right. Shh. All right, don't worry. Go and have fun. The book will also discuss how she reinvented herself, reinvented the truth. She rewrote history, reinvented the truth. She told lies. She told lies. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes. She reinvented herself after his death as a single mother raising her talented and often headstrong daughter. See, do you see the way it gets thrown in there? Often headstrong daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. We know what's coming, yeah? Remember at the book signing event with Nicole Richie at Greystones, Riley Keough's book signing event. She, in my opinion, she stormed that event. She wasn't welcome. And she took that as an opportunity to trash Lisa Marie. To make Lisa Marie look like she says things she doesn't mean. She says things she regrets. Just my opinion, guys. And then she says here, she reinvented herself after his death as a single mother. Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. She was secretly seeing Mike Stone for a year. Yeah? She was secretly seeing Mike Stone for a year. Remember, she carried on seeing Mike Stone for over 4 years. She chatted Mike Stone up. We all know this. We've said it a million times. She was not a single mother. she was not a single mother. She went from Elvis to Mike Stone, living with him in an apartment that Elvis probably paid for. She dragged Lisa Marie away from her father, Elvis, at Gracelands, and they had other homes, to live with a complete stranger. Do you imagine the shock that was for Lisa, the damage that did, the shock that was for Elvis? Could you imagine what Elvis went through when Priscilla decides to go and live with a karate champion? How embarrassing that was for Elvis. Elvis admired karate champion. Elvis had met Mike Stone many times backstage. You know, they weren't friends, but they knew each other. And Priscilla chose a man that could stand up to Elvis. She chose him. Mike Stone has admitted it. She chose him. She went after Mike Stone. Mike Stone didn't chat her up. This is what we all have to understand. Within the marriage, Priscilla pursued another man for sex because she fancied him. It's known now that Priscilla fancied other men, even though she was married. Yeah? So, you know, allegedly for entertainment purposes. And then again, as a mother of Navarone Garcia, whom she welcomed with music producer Marco Garibaldi. Well, that isn't straightforward. It's turned out that Marco Garibaldi Garcia is a con man and was not Italian. He pretended to be an Italian music producer, you know, and really he was a Brazilian man, and the name he used was fake, allegedly for entertainment purposes. And even with Navarone, Navarone is a very damaged person. What happened to Navarone? Why did he become so damaged? He was a normal kid. You look at older pictures of Navarone, a very normal looking young man. Why is he so damaged? I know that we have many of the Elvis fans are very upset with Navarone, but why did he get so damaged? Why is he so damaged? Marco was the father. Priscilla was the mother. They must be responsible for how Navarone turned out. Navarone has obviously got some very serious problems, you know. So I feel sorry for Navarone, the child, not the adult. The adult is a different story, but the child. What happened at the hands of Priscilla and Marco? And this is where I'm going with Lisa Marie. Priscilla was the responsible parent that was in charge of keeping Lisa Marie safe. And look what happened at the hands of her boyfriend, Michael Edwards, and Priscilla, the mother, both equally responsible for the damage done to poor Lisa. Wow, where'd you get that from?
Look at we bought it.
Oh, we buyed it. All right, okay. Oh, great. So you get what I'm saying, guys? There's some damage being done here to children, Lisa and Navarone. We're here to defend Lisa, yeah? At the hands of Priscilla's boyfriend, Michael Edwards, the so-called model, actor, whatever you want to call him, the guy off Terminator. We accept fully that in our views, this alleged abuse of Lisa Marie as a child from Michael Edwards happened. We believe it 100%. We have to say it's alleged. It's just opinions for entertainment purposes. But we know it. We believe it happened. Yeah? Again, a damaged child. Poor Lisa Marie. Yeah? Damaged at the hands of Priscilla, who is the responsible parent. No matter what people say about Michael Edwards, they are equally responsible because Priscilla was supposed to be keeping Lisa Marie safe, and she didn't. She put herself first, her career first, her ambitions first, her greed for men and money and power and fame and glory. That came before Lisa, even throwing Lisa into Scientology. So, right, let's keep going, guys. I'm going to try and quickly read it and then read a few of your comments. Then I got to shoot off. Okay, guys? Now, remember, we are very upset this is happening. The fact this book is being released on September the 23rd, we're upset about it, guys. And we're going to do some serious defending. During her 10 years of Elvis, it became painfully apparent that she had no idea who she was outside of the Elvis world, which is bullshit. Remember, she didn't move over to Graceland until she was nearly 18. It's just bullshit. She wasn't 10 years old. A synopsis for the book read, the only way to find herself was to leave that world and seek a new life. Just bullshit. Does anyone really believe that Priscilla hadn't found herself by the time she left Elvis? It's just bullshit. It's literally ridiculous that anyone even think that is true. So, right, go on then. Go off to go. People fall for it. They fall for the lies. Go on, you're going out. Every time I read this thing of she couldn't find herself outside, it's just it's frustrating. Come on, guys. Do you remember when you were 18, when you were 21, when you were 25? It's such bullshit. Bullshit. We know who we are, don't we, guys? Quite soon on in life. Not when we're children, but she was an adult. An adult. When they got married, she was nearly 22. By the time they had the divorce, she was approaching her mid-20s, yeah? So come on, guys. All this find herself, I was a prisoner, I had no life, I needed to find myself. It's just bullshit. The truth is, she wanted to go and shag some men and make some money and get famous. She wanted power. She wanted to get some goodies off Elvis. Come on. That's what happened here. She wants to be Elvis. She was jealous and envious of Elvis. That's the truth of it. We're not going for, another half an hour, isn't it? Time we leaving, Rip? No. Right, so we got 10 minutes, guys, for me to quickly rush through this last bit. And then I'm going to try and come back and do another part. Aside from her role as a mother, the memoir will also explore how she gradually found her footing as a designer. Well, to be honest with you, the only reason she had customers in Biss and Bo was because of her partner, and because she was Elvis's wife, ex-wife. So people would go there out of interest to see Elvis's ex-wife. So she ended up selling it to her partner, and eventually it went bust, didn't it? Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. She sells her side of Biss and Bo, the clothing boutique, to her partner, and eventually it just goes bust. Am I right? Tell me if I'm right. And am I right? Even Elvis used to send loads of people there to help her sell some clothes. So in the end, that venture was a flop. Am I right or wrong? Tell me. To a legislative advocate and actress. Now, guys, I don't care what anyone says. Dallas and Naked Gun, that's not acting. That is not acting. That is, I let you do that because you are Elvis's ex-wife. The only reason she was in Dallas was because she was Elvis's ex-wife. She was a well-known name, a well-known face. Same goes for Naked Gun. They chose her because it's Elvis's ex. She was beautiful, and that creates interest, so that made people go and watch the movie. Yeah? We're not going to ever get away from the fact that Priscilla was a very beautiful woman and very well-known, very famous because of Elvis. She was famous because of Elvis. The reason she was a businesswoman is because when Elvis died and then Vernon dies, they almost had no choice but to give power to Priscilla because she was Lisa Marie's mother, the heir to everything. Lisa Marie was the one and only person that was going to eventually own everything. They had almost no choice but to give power to Priscilla because she was Lisa's mother. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. Vernon, I think, felt that he didn't have a choice because who else was going to protect Lisa Marie's interest other than her own mother? And also money was still owed to Priscilla from the second divorce settlement. Yeah? And there was a lien, a debt placed on Graceland by Priscilla's lawyers. So Vernon almost had no choice but to make her co-executor. Yeah? Once he died, she gets all power. She gets all power. And she makes the most of it. She milks that cow big time. So the acting thing, that she was a good actress, is a joke. Dallas and Naked Gun, come on, guys. Let's get real. A businesswoman, well, she just jumped on the bandwagon and took over because she had the power. The real clever people were people like Jack Sodden, yeah, Morgan Maxfield. Look them up, guys. They're the clever people in this. She just rode the wave. Of course, they made her the front person, the spokesperson for Graceland, because she was famous and beautiful, and she was Lisa Marie's mother. So, come on, guys. It was inevitable that if she became one of the executors of the estate, that they would use her face, her looks, the fact that she's the mum of Lisa, Elvis's ex. They were going to use that to draw even more people to Graceland. But the biggest draw to Graceland was Elvis. Elvis is the number one draw to Graceland. The love for Elvis, the love of the fans. The fans are the number one reason why Graceland was saved. The fans saved Graceland, not Priscilla. Not Priscilla. But the story won't just cover the positive moments. But also delve into the darker parts of the past 4 decades of her life, including the unexpected, shattering loss of 3 immediate family members and how she dealt with the pain. So, of course, we're talking about Ben, Elvis, and her daughter Lisa. But I'm sure she'll milk that for everything she can. But we have seen no grief from Priscilla. Priscilla is acting like nothing has changed. She's carried on with her life like no one died. Like no one died. I don't care what anyone says to me. I want one person to show me where the grief is. We see Priscilla going around, promoting different events, signing autographs for cash, pictures for cash. Very, very excited about the future. Where is the grieving widow? Not grieving widow, sorry. Where is the grieving mum? The grieving mum. Yeah? Now remember, Priscilla is treated like she's still married to Elvis. She is treated like a widow. She's not a widow. She left Elvis. She ran off with Mike Stone as early as the end of 1971, early 1972. She was gone. Yeah? She has never been a grieving widow, ever. She's always been the ex-wife, the divorcee. The person who robbed Elvis blind in divorce settlements. That's Priscilla. Don't fall for it, guys. Now, why she doesn't properly grieve for Lisa, I will never understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Some of you have said it's because of Scientology and what they teach. I don't understand why Priscilla doesn't grieve properly for her daughter Lisa. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I do with Elvis because they had split up. She had other boyfriends. When Elvis died, she was in bed with another man. You get it? When they divorced, she was in bed with another man, Mike Stone. So I understand that. She had moved on to other men. She fancied other men. But with Lisa, I don't get it. I will never understand it. Maybe I come across very cold-hearted. But it's just how it comes across, guys. We, the fans, don't understand what's happened. So I'm very interested to see. So she does quickly mention, but the story won't just cover the positive moments. So I'm expecting within that one sentence, the story won't just cover the positive moments. We're going to hear some trash here. We're going to hear some bashing. We're going to hear her trying to reinvent the truth, rewrite the truth. We're going to hear some sob stories to try and make her look like poor Priscilla, poor me. Look what I went through. I think a big part of this book is to make the public give her sympathy, to make the public feel sorry for her. I think just like this book does its best to make the public see her as a victim and feel sorry for her. And it works. The public were conned. The public were gullible. The public did fall for this book. In fact, many Elvis fans in the 80s and 90s really fell for the bullshit in this book. This is a book of lies, guys. Book of lies. Even now, the Priscilla fans, they are still brainwashed by that book, by the iconic image of this perfect relationship between Elvis and Priscilla that only went wrong because Elvis was unfaithful and Elvis took drugs, which is bullshit. That relationship went wrong because Priscilla had different intentions. Priscilla wanted fame, fortune, power, men, money, spotlight, attention. She wanted it all. A very different girl to the one that Elvis met in Germany. A very different girl. Chalk and cheese. But the story won't... Right, so I think that's it. I'm guessing this is the cover. Sorry as I leave you, life after Elvis. Oh no, there's a bit more here. Hang on. She shares a journey with a quiet dignity that will comfort and reassure anyone who has suffered and survived seemingly unbearable loss. The synopsis reads: a passionate, compassionate, and inspiring story of finding your place in the world softly as I leave you, which is a very clever choice for the name of this book, to win sympathy, to get sympathy. That is a very touching song that Elvis sang, a very touching moment. Yeah, Elvis even speaks through that song, tells us a beautiful story. Very clever, guys, very clever. A sweet southern melody that will take the reader with Priscilla on her long road home. Just using that song to try and gain sympathy, to try and help this book be a success is a con, and it is an insult to Elvis. Insult. Elvis would be turning his grave if he knew she was using that song to promote her book. Reliving the trauma in my life has also been challenging. The author says, I live with grief and I have learned that it has never gone away. I will never outlive it, but I have to move through it one day at a time. I carry on one of the people I have lost with me. I carry every one of the people I have lost with me. I feel the presence and I believe that my journey will eventually bring us back to one another. We're not feeling it, Priscilla. If you read this, we the fans, we're not feeling it. When you say this, I carry every one of the people I have lost with me. I feel their presence. I believe that my journey will eventually bring us back together. We're not feeling it. We don't understand it. There is a massive disconnect between the fans and the way you are grieving. Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't like to be so cold. Priscilla, if you ever watch my show, I don't like to come across so cold about your grief. You've lost your daughter. You've lost your grandson. I'm not, the whole Elvis thing is a scam. You fell out of love with Elvis and you moved on to other men, many other men, in 1972. Come on. Actually before that, at the end of 1970. It's so clearly obvious you stopped loving Elvis around 1970. So the whole thing with Elvis, you trying to say that he's the love of your life, you're the love of his life, you want to be buried with him, it's all bollocks. I'm not falling for it. Now, with the loss of Benjamin, your grandson, and Lisa, your daughter, what is happening? We, the fans, we don't know what's happening. Is it a Scientology thing? You come across very cold and like, you're just getting on with your life as if nothing has changed. This is how the fans feel. We feel that you're getting on with your life like nothing has changed, that all that matters is making more money. Still getting attention and fame and signing Elvis pictures for money. It drives us mad. We feel infuriated on behalf of Elvis and on behalf of Lisa Marie. Honestly, we don't get it. As fans, we don't get it. So I hope this book at least clears that up, because you're saying here that you tried to move through it one day at a time, but you've done that so coldly that it makes us feel like you didn't even love your daughter. This is a big thing for me to say. A mother coming across like she didn't love her own daughter. It doesn't make sense to me. I hate saying it. Please understand, Priscilla, I don't hate you, but I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense. The fans want to understand what's going on. Even with this book, please apologize for all of the harm you've done in this book, accusing Elvis of some horrible things, making Elvis out to be almost a monster. Yeah, we don't get it, guys. We, the fans, don't understand all of this. We're very worried about this book coming out. We're very worried. Softly As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, will be published on 23rd of September, and it is available on pre-order now wherever books are sold. That's it, guys. So I could go into it a lot more, but I don't have the time. There's some comments here. So what we're going to probably do, we'll come back to this and we'll read the comments, what the fans think about the release of this book. I know you guys are very concerned. And I'm a bit rushed, guys, because we're going out today. I've got to take my son to work as well. So I am going to have to shoot off, but I'm just quickly whizzing through your comments. But guys, we're worried. We're worried. Amy Collett, our researcher, is shocked and worried that this is happening. The book is coming out. All of that. I don't get it, guys. It's all about making money and making herself out as a victim. Poor me, poor me. That's all I read. Poor me, poor me. So I did post some shorts. We are going to be discussing Elvis's will, Vernon's will, eventually Lisa Marie's will. We need to thrash that out. I know that EFM has been discussing things to do with the will. I think even Memphis Mafia Kid has mentioned stuff concerning his father, all to do with the will. So we are going to be discussing these things. I fully support the Smiths. So let's just see how that all turns out. But the will is going to be a big topic over, maybe not, I'm hoping today, but I don't know if it will be today. We're definitely going to be doing another live stream concerning the release of this book, being confirmed that it's official, that it is happening. So the divorce stuff's all coming up, guys. Hopefully today, probably tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just quickly seeing your comment. I don't understand what is going on with when it comes to Priscilla and her love for her daughter. I don't get it. It doesn't fit in my brain. All of it just seems very odd. Who knows? The book may make us understand it better, but at the moment, it's all a bit odd, weird. So, guys, I'm gonna have to shoot off. I don't really have a choice. I've got to leave at 10 to take my son to work. I'm only dropping him off. Then I may be able to come back and quickly talk about the Elvis's will. I found a very interesting YouTube channel that discusses the will, not just Elvis's will, Vernon's will, Lisa's will. So I want to go through that. It has, like I said, it's been a bit of a topic lately, hasn't it? It's been on EFM and it's been on MMK. So I think we need to discuss it. Yeah. So thanks to everyone. Thanks for joining me. I wish I could read all your comments. I just don't have the time. I will read them back though. Guys, gotta go. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We'll discuss the will, but we are going to come back and do another live stream concerning the release of the book as well. Guys, gotta go. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Love you all. Thanks